Hey YouTube, good morning. It's Mark again with another fragrance review. This time on a Calvin Klein fragrance. Since I've been doing reviews, I've only done one Calvin Klein fragrance, which is CKB, which is a unisex fragrance. I decided, since I have so many Calvin Klein bottles, I might as well do a second review on another Calvin Klein fragrance. This time I decided to choose something that I don't use quite often. It's something that gets basically lost in all the bottles I own, and this one doesn't get much play, so I actually decided to take it out this week and give it some tries on my skin. Since it is a summer fragrance, it's still fairly hot out. We get some cold days, we get some hot days. So the hot days I decided to put this one on and give it a try on my skin. So the bottle I'm talking about is CK and IN2U Him by Calvin Klein. This is the bottle itself. As you can see, it's kind of like a pop bottle, and it's got basically a really thick glass with plastic over it. So there it is, and here's the box, guys. Anyone that's interested in the box, there you go. So CK IN2U Him by Calvin Klein comes in two bottle sizes that I've seen in most online retailers. I've seen a 1.7 ounce, but it's slowly not showing up on some sites. So the most popular right now are the 3.4 ounce, which cost you around $30 to $50. And this boy right here, the 5 ounce, which is 150 milliliters, it's a fairly big bottle. You'd be looking at $35 to $60 for this type of fragrance. Now, it hit the shelves in 2007, so it's a fairly new fragrance. I would group it more in a fresh fragrance and an earthy fragrance. So you do get some of those fresh citrusy smells, and then you get those earthy fougère type of fragrance smells in here too. Parfumiers, there's quite a few of them on this project here for Calvin Klein. Lac Dong is one of them. Jean-Marc Cheyenne and Carlos Abanim. Carlos is, of course, the maker of CK Eternity, Eternity Summer, CK Euphoria, and of course Ralph Lauren's Polo Blue. The scent strength on this one is fairly moderate. Scent life, since I've been trying out this week, I'm getting top 6 hours on this one. It's going from 4 to 6 hours, which is where I would classify it. It doesn't give me much more than that. So it doesn't stay on my skin very long, but it does hit that 6 hour threshold that I do want it to hit, but not all the time. So it's 4 to 6 at this point. Recommended age, of course, Calvin Klein was marketing this to teenagers, to college kids, with the whole name being kind of like a text. The bottle itself, of course, trying to get the eye of the teenagers with it. It's definitely marketed for that, but the smell inside, the juice inside, is of course more of a fresh, earthy fragrance, so it's basically made for anybody. It is still in production at this point, and there's a couple remixes out there too. I believe there's one that's called Pop, and there's another one called Heat. I think Heat is the latest offering. Now the top notes has some tomato leaf, some lime, gin fizz. Middle notes are allspice. We got some cocoa in there, and the base notes got some vetiver, some palisander wood, and some white musk. So really, I get a citrusy, spicy, fizzy top notes. Then it dries down to more of a powdery heart with a hint of cocoa, and then of course the end of it goes more to a slightly woody. I kind of get pine out of that woody, and of course the musk. So of course when I bring down the list of those notes, you're looking at the cocoa. The chocolate is there, just to let you guys know. I do smell it, and it's not overdone, so it's not like it's not really a gourmand type of chocolate. It's more of a cocoa, and it's in there, but it's not overly done. It's not really out there. You really need to find it. It's more of a fresh than earthy fragrance. It's more like a slightly sweet fougere. It's great for day wear. It's a good scent for the office, but also perfect for a date or a night out. It's actually fairly pleasant, wearable. It works great in the heat, so it's really good in the summer. I totally recommend this for the summer. And I've heard on message boards that on some skin the dry down can smell like bug spray. So this one, of course, I would recommend not to buy blind and see what notes come out on your skin. You don't want to be buying a Calvin Klein fragrance and it starts smelling like bug spray on your skin. So definitely try this one out before you use it. On myself, I get a little hint of bug spray on it. Like if I'm really looking for it, I can smell it. But when I wear it, I haven't had anybody come up to me and tell me that. So I'm safe on this fragrance at this point. I was doing some research on this fragrance, and I seen that Calvin Klein really tried hard to market this fragrance for the young crowd. There's actually even an interactive website called IN2U.com, where there's actually a bedroom which has an iPhone, a flat screen TV, MacBook Air. They're all interactive with commercials. You click on them, there's a commercial, there's applications for the iPhone, there's a wallpaper for your computer. So it's kind of neat that how much marketing they tried in this one. And they were really trying to find something that'll be another big hit for CK, and this was the bottle that they were going for. So my personal opinion on that, on this Calvin Klein fragrance was they were looking for the next hit with this one, and basically they failed with this experiment. It didn't really go over too well. If you're looking at the Calvin Klein racks here, I don't see any bottles anywhere in store. Like I went to Sears and I went to all these places trying to find in the CK section, see if they still have these bottles on hand. They don't. So basically this was a fail in Calvin Klein. Really, they were trying really hard to sell this to kids. It didn't work, and it's basically out of the rotation. I don't know if it's discontinued. I know the 1.7 ounce is really hard to find now. It's more the 3.4 and the 5 online. I haven't found any in store, so I don't know what they're doing with this fragrance, but in my personal opinion, I think they failed at what they tried to do with this. They tried to make it cool for the kids, and it just didn't work. So all in all, guys, style, I would be more of a casual teen fragrance. Season on this one, of course, summer. I'm going to put in spring too. And occasion, it's more of an everyday fragrance. It'll definitely be good for someone that's looking for an everyday fragrance. Like if you're looking in the Hollisters, you could be looking at this one, Abercrombie's and stuff like that, Banana Republic. This could be in the roster. You could be looking at this one and see if it works for you. But yeah, CK into you for him. Out of 5 stars, I was originally going to give this a 1 star just because I would never really reach out for the bottle, and that basically means, you know, it didn't really do much for me. But since applying it, I'm going to give it a 2 star. I'm going to give it 1 more star because I actually really enjoyed the dry down on this one. I really enjoyed the heart notes with the cocoa. I really enjoyed that. So all in all, guys, Calvin Klein into you, him gets 2 stars out of 5. And watch out for my next video. It's actually subscriber's choice. So we'll see which fragrance I am going to review tomorrow. Thanks, guys.